Hello everyone, this is Sia Vijit Misra and welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to analyze the IPO of Star Health Insurance. So I am going to divide this video into three categories. First of all, we are going to analyze the industry, health insurance industry. Then after we are going to analyze the company, and then after I am going to talk about the valuation and whether you should invest in the stock or not. First of all, let us discuss about the industry. So first of all, why a person should take a health insurance? In India, the education and medical inflation cost is much more high. It is in the range of 8 to 10%. So take the example, before 5 years when you are visiting to a doctor, that time you are only paying 250 rupees. But right now, in the major metro cities, we have to pay 750 rupees to meet one of the doctor. That basically justifies how the healthcare cost, the medical cost is increasing drastically day by day. To mitigate that financial risk, everybody has to take a health insurance. So what happens actually whenever you take a health insurance in future, if something happened to your health, in such a case that health insurance company pays money to the hospital, and there is no need to pay, no need to pay the money to the hospital. So that is basically about the health insurance. And post COVID, what happened actually, the health insurance is going to be a part of everyone's life. So because everybody understand health is wealth, and due to that what is happening, everybody will invest his money in the health insurance. Due to that, the industry will grow like anything. In the second, we are going to talk about the types of insurance available in the market, the type of insurance companies available in the market. So these are also broadly categorized into three parts. One is basically the government insurance. What happens, a person when he works in the central government or state government or in a PSU, there are a few PSUs like New India Assurance. They normally cover the health of all the employees who are working in that PSU, whether who are working in the government hospital or whether government like organization or etc etc. And second part is basically the group medical insurance. Normally what happens when you work in a company, in such a case that company takes an insurance for his employees, and that is basically called as the group health insurance. And ICICI and HDFC Life, they are the topmost players in this category. And the third is basically comes as insurance taken by the individuals, like you and me, whenever we are not working, who all are not working in a business, who all are not working in a what I can say, in a company, or who are not employed by the government. So we have to take a health insurance that is basically called as stand-alone insurance. Basically, I am the company, I am the individual, and I am going to a health insurance company and I am talking to them and I am taking an insurance from them. So this Star Health Insurance is basically a leader in this stand-alone insurance in this category. So what happened actually, Star Health Insurance normally insure the individuals, and the majority revenue, around 89% of the revenue comes from the retail segment. After that, from individual to individual, whatever the insurance happen. Okay. So first of all, these are basically the broader category how the insurance industry function. Third thing we are going to discuss. In case of government, like a PSU insurance, in case of PSU insurance, what happened? The PSU insurance companies, they normally work for the government, they don't work for the shareholder. So you can't create a wealth by investing money in New India Assurance company. So this is my opinion. And what happened actually, you can trade in that stock, there is no doubt, but you cannot create a wealth because they don't work for the shareholders, they work for the government. Second is basically your group medical insurance. Those companies who are into this business, basically those who are leader in the group medical insurance company. So the group medical insurance normally it's a type of commodity. Why I am telling it's a type of commodity? What happened? Take the example, there is a company right now. A company is offering the same insurance at 50,000 rupees, but B company is offering the insurance at 49,000 rupees. They will go for the B company because they are getting a less amount of, they have to pay less amount of money, or less amount of money is going to hit the profit and loss. In future next year, if the A company is proposing at 40,000, they will go for the A company. So what happened actually, those insurance companies, they don't have a pricing power in case of group insurance, group medical insurance. So due to that, it is basically a type of commodity. So where the margin is very less, and you have to comply with everything so that you should retain your client. So due to that, normally I take it as a commodity. The third thing is basically the SAHI, the stand-alone insurance companies. That is basically your Star Health Insurance. So why these companies are the best investment categories if you want to have the exposure into the insurance companies, per health insurance companies. So post COVID, what is happening? Everybody wants to take an insurance. Even if, in my case, I am also employed by some company. Still, I have taken an insurance of like 10 lakhs. Why? Because if tomorrow I am moving from the company, I'm starting my own business, then also I need to secure my health and I need to secure my family's health. So due to that, I have taken an insurance. So the mindset is changing actually. Post COVID, many people are entering into this, like what I can say, many people are purchasing the individual health insurance. Once the customer comes, normally they stay for life. Take the example, I have taken an insurance from HDFC. So I am going to pay the insurance premium to the HDFC for my rest of the life, and I want to keep that insurance for the rest of my life. So by that, what happened actually, you are retaining a customer, continuously the money is coming from the customer for next 30 years. But in case of group insurance, that doesn't happen. In case of group insurance, what happens actually, if the insurance company A is offering a lower premium, then I will go for that lower one. If next year insurance company B is offering a lower premium, then I go for the level like what I can say, the company B. So, but in case of stand-alone insurance, normally it doesn't happen. And third thing is basically what happened whenever the individual's income increases. Take the example, I am working in some company and I am earning 1,000 rupees, and after like in few years I am earning 1,500 rupees. In such a case, what happened? Normally I increase the some assured amount. If I am taking an insurance of like 10 lakh rupees, and I will definitely try to take an insurance of 15 lakh rupees, so that I can beat the healthcare expenses related inflation. And these are basically some of the areas why the SAHI model, that standalone insurance model, win as compared to the government insurance companies and also group medical insurance companies. And we will talk about how the business happens and how the business normally comes to the insurance company. So this also basically, there are also three parts. So one is basically online portal like the policybudget.com. Normally some customer purchase the insurance through the policybudget.com, and some customer purchase the insurance through HDFC Bank, a bank. So take the example, I am visiting to HDFC Bank, and HDFC Bank are proposing a health insurance for me through HDFC Life. That also happened. And third thing is basically through insurance agent. But the best part about this model, 75% of the health insurance normally happens through the insurance agent. So that means out of 100 people, if 100 people are getting themselves insured, insured for the health. So in such a case, what is happening? 75 people are coming through the agent, and rest 25 are coming through bank and also the online portal. But there is no doubt the online portal is going to grow in future. But right now the condition is basically 75% of the people are coming through the insurance agent. And this is basically the broader sector analysis, how the insurance industry normally function. And if you talk about the Star Health Insurance, this is a leader in the retail health insurance sector. I explained what is the retail health insurance sector. Star Health Insurance is the leader. I think their market share is around more than 50%. So that is the best thing about the Star Health Insurance. And they are the leader in the agency network. They have like around 4.6 lakh health insurance agents who are employed by them and who are working under them. And the best part about there is a concept called the lifetime value of the customer. So lifetime value of the customer means, so take the example, I am purchasing a medical insurance from HDFC Life. So today I am paying like 10,000 rupees. After like my rest of the life I am going to pay like 10,000 rupees for the premium. And in future, if I am increasing my insured amount, then in such a case also I am going to pay a huge amount of money. So that is basically what happened. Lifetime, if you see my, if you take my cash flow, how much cash I am paying to the company, it normally comes a huge amount of money as compared to the claim I get from the company, the claim I get from the insurance company. So these are basically the broader things about the insurance industry. Let us discuss about the Star Health Insurance and the khasiyat about the Star Health Insurance. Star Health Insurance is established in the year 2006. It is into the business of health insurance that I already have explained. It is the largest private health insurance in India. largest private health insurer in India. What is the market share? 15.8% of percentage of the market share is basically covered by Star Health Insurance. If you talk about the 2021, around 20.5 million people have taken the insurance policy from Star Health Insurance. That means more than 2 crore people, they have already come into this cycle called lifetime value customer. So what is the revenue? What is the revenue they have earned in 2021? That is around 9,348.9 crore, which is huge. And if you talk about from where the insurance money is coming, retail segment is contributing 89.3% of the total revenue. The best part about this, actually, retail segment means it is totally secured. These people, they are not going to change the company in future. This company, this number of customers will grow in future. That is not going to change. And only 10.7% is insured by the group insurance product. And they have a network of 4.6 lakh health insurance agents. Basically 4.6 lakhs health insurance agents are working under them or working with them. And they have around 737 health insurance branches. Basically they have covered all the states and all the union territory. And they have a network of hospital of around 11,000 plus. And let us talk about the promoters. The promoters, they have a huge, what I can say, they have the most experienced promoter, Mr. B. Jagannathan. So he has 47 years of experience in the health insurance industry. He was the ex-chairman of United India Insurance Company, and he has also served IRDA, Insurance Regulatory Development Authority of India. Mr. Subramanian Prakasan, he is also a practicing general surgeon. He's a doctor. Mr. Anand Sekhar Roy, so he has 21 years of experience in the health and non-life insurance and banking sector. So all the promoters, they have huge number of years of experience in insurance sector or banking sector. That's the best part about the company. And second best part of the company is also Mr. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala. He had also invested in this company, and his holding is around 17% to 18%. And the best part about this, then he's not going to sell a single penny in this current IPO. He is bullish in this company. The best part about the company is basically they have a strong distribution network, large hospital networks, reputed brand name, there is no doubt, and large private hospital insurance in India. It is the largest private hospital insurance in India. Who all are the competitor? No doubt, Max Bupa, New India Insurance, HDFC, and Cholamandalam and Tata AIG, they all are the competitor. And and the best part about I have already explained about the sector and why I am so much bullish into this sector post COVID. This is an industry that is going to grow massively, I'm telling. And there are certain ratios I will tell. The out-of-pocket expenditure in healthcare in India is around 63%. As compared to France, it is only 9%. What is the meaning of that one? If all the Indians are spending 100 rupees in the hospital, out of that 63 rupees they are spending from their pocket, means they are paying through cash from their saving, and baki 27% that is basically covered under the health insurance. So you can see only right now only 27% money we are paying to the health insurance company. And there is a huge amount of scope, aram se it can double, it can triple also. Same manner, if you talk about the health insurance penetration as compared to the normal GDP, India is 0.04%, whereas in USA that is 4.10%, which is basically 10 times. Just see the scope of growth, it's 10 times growth. Today also we want to be equivalent to USA, 10 times we can grow. If we're not going to become a USA, that's okay. We can go 5 times, we can go 6 times at least. That is the best part about the industry. And the best part about and as per the CRISIL report also, the CAGR for this industry is going to be 23% from 2021 to 2025. Those who are long-term investor, you keep in mind, as per CRISIL, the industry itself is going to grow at the rate of 23%. That's the best part. And Star Health Insurance, it is going at the rate of 32.5%, which is more than the industry. That's what we want. If you want to invest your money in the company has to perform much more better than the industry. That's what Star Health Insurance is showing. Let us talk about the revenue. If you see the revenue in 2019, it was 5413 crore. Right now it is 9348 crore. A CAGR of 20%. Revenue is going drastically. Prior to 2021, the company was a profitable company, but in 2021, it is a loss-making company. The loss is also around 825 crores. Why? Because of the COVID. Because of the COVID, many people started claiming the insurance, and IID also told that COVID is also covered under the insurance. Due to that, they have to spend. So due to that, the loss happened. But try to understand, this loss is an abnormal loss. This is not a normal loss. This is not going to happen in future. And during the half yearly H1 like 2000 this current year 21, so they have a loss of around 380 crore. And the best part about this company is basically the ROC, return on capital employed. It was 16.46%, and they have a good cash flow also. If you see the cash flow, everything is coming with the pocket. So this is all about the financial of the company. It is looking very nice. I can say blindly you can put the money for long term purpose. Let us talk about the IPO. So the IPO has already opened from 30th November. This is the second day. Tomorrow is the last date. And IPO price band is basically 900 rupees. You have to pay 900 rupees. And how many shares you have to purchase? You have to purchase 16 shares. And how much minimum investment you have to make? That is 14,400 rupees. And IPO size is basically 7249 crore. Out of that, fresh issue of share is basically 2000 crore. And rest all other basically 5249 crores is basically offer for sale. That means promoters are exiting. But remember one thing, Rakesh Jhunjhunwala is not exiting. He is super bullish in this company. He think it will become the next title, by next Jubilant Food, by next Symphony. So where the company is going to put the money, the 2000 crore whatever they are raising, so they are going to increase the capital base and maintain the solvency ratio. And the last part basically we are going to talk the valuation. At this price, the company is valued at 54,600 crores, which is that is basically the worst part about this IPO. The company's valuation look very high. If you compare the valuation with the New India Assurance of ICICI, HDFC Life, this company is overvalued like anything. So that is the what I can say, that is the worst part about this IPO. They have, I don't know why they have valued at such a high value, but the problem actually in March 2021, they had issued some share to the promoters, and they had issued at a price of 550, 560. I have to check that one, but it is in the range of 550 to 560. But within 6 months, the same share they are selling to the retail investor at the rate of 900 rupees, which is twice. And the same promoter who got the share at 550 rupees, they are selling the share right now, which does not look fair, if you ask me. But so from investment point of view, I will categorize into two parts. Those people who wants to put the money for the listing gain, I will not recommend this stock. I will not recommend this IPO, because if you see the current market scenario, I don't think the stock is going to listed. The stock is going to list at a premium. It may list at a discount. And those who are long-term investor, take the example, you have 50,000 rupees and you want to take a exposure in the health insurance segment, and you want to stay invested for next 10 years. No doubt, blindly put your money, apply in IPO. If the company is listing at a higher price, that's also okay. You can buy in future. If the company is listing at a discount, then also it's okay for you. You can average it out. And if you are investing 15,000 rupees, and rest 35,000 you can put after that. So yeah, so that's all about this IPO analysis. And let me make it very clear, I'm not a SEBI registered advisor, and this is my opinion. This is what I am going to do, and this is your money, and you have to decide, and then after you have to think properly, decide, and then after invest. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, and please that's all. Thank you so much. Bye.